And we're just gonna talk during this. They can hear us talk. It's all right. It's fine.
It's gonna be fine. We're doing 2 minutes.
Yeah,
it's all good. Why can't I see the 2 minute?
What do you mean you can't see it? There's a countdown clock.
Now I can. Oh, I can hear it now. That's funny. It's on a delay. Okay, we're good.
You can probably hear it on YouTube, right?
Right, I can. Yeah, I had to mute my YouTube. Yeah. I was like, why does he keep saying we can hear us talking? It's fine.
Yeah, mute YouTube.
Yeah. We might want more clock.
That's fine. I can see. Boom. Reset. 2 minutes again. Why does it keep resetting?
It's broken.
This is the director's cut of the. You can hear everything behind the scenes.
Okay. I'm kicking to Jeremy first. Oh, they can hear me, but yeah, you know the order. Welcome to the 2022 championship edition of the KDFL Fantasy Football Podcast. It's me one last time for this year, and I'm joined by always by Mr. Jonathan Detroit Haynes. How are we doing, man?
Yo. Not so good, man. It was a rough week or so for me. Michigan gets killed. Evil Empire does it again.
But hey, spoilers.
At least the Lions won.
Also joining us for our final episode of this season. It is the Evil Commish, Mr. Jeremy Clark. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. I'm not going to do any spoilers, so I'm just doing well.
Well, as the special guest host, we are going to have you kick it off. It was championship week in the KDFL, so we will start with the third place game. Take it away, Jeremy.
All right, third place game was the Marmette Midnight Riders and the Dogtown Dobermans. This is the 11th year of this league, and this is the first time, or both of these teams are going for their first ever third place finish, which is kind of strange for two teams that have a decent history. So the Midnight Riders, actually, the Dobermans were led by fantasy superstar Christian McCaffrey with 31.3 and a 20-point game from random cornerback Desmond King. Not too many cornerbacks you see in fantasy lineups, but he did come through with a 20-point Week 18 performance, or Week 17 performance. However, the Dobermans didn't get much help anywhere else and were held to 213 points, one of their lowest outputs of the season. The Midnight Riders were led by fantasy MVP Austin Eckler with 32, and Devontae Adams had 34. Dalton Schultz added 24, and the Midnight Riders would go on to score the most points in the championship week. Teardrop. And would go on to win 285 to 213. The Dobermans entered the playoffs 12-2 and guaranteed a fourth place finish, and they did not budge. They finished exactly fourth.
Next we have the losers bracket, also known as the Battle of the Douche. Unfortunately, Matt did not make it. He is the reigning douche. I just wanted to say that. The Renegades, very disappointed. They should have made the playoffs. They had their hopes of making the playoffs this year. Didn't go as planned. They got big games from Jared Clutch Goff, 25 points. DeAndre Swift shows up, finally scores 28 points. Also gets 19 from Geno Smith, playoff bound Geno Smith. Brett, your Mega Powers were looking for the upset. You guys were definitely the underdogs. Didn't get a whole lot of production out of key players. Devontae Smith, 21 points. Deshaun, I don't even know. I don't even like saying this guy's name. Deshaun Watson. Do we have a nickname for this guy? Touchy-feely guy?
God, no.
Anyways, he had 25 points. It just wasn't enough for your Mega Powers as the Renegades win 245 to 233.
Congrats to the two-time douche, the Roxanne
Double
Renegades.
douche. The douche returns to Dunbar.
It is the bread of the douche sandwich, the Renegades. Now, it is time. It is time for the 2022 KDFL Championship. It is the heavy favorite South Hills Evil Empire hosting the Cinderella story of the St. Albans Sinners. And as we break this down, it is Jamar Championship Chase with his back-to-back huge KDFL Championship performances. We all remember last year. This year, he follows it up with 22 points of his own, not to be outdone by the Sinners. Stephon Diggs, who leads the way for that team with 23. And then it is a kind of a fall-off as we have our first defensive player, Adrian Amos, for the Sinners with 22 of his own. But it is slow and steady as it's been all year for the Evil Empire. Mahomes throws in 28. And Jalen, no picture, Petrie, is second in points on the Evil Empire with 27. And the worst has happened. The South Hills Evil Empire go on the win, 261 to 224. They are your back-to-back KDFL champions. They've won 3 out of 4. Congrats to the commish, Jam.
I have so much confetti
Congrats
on
to
my
the South
screen.
Hills
If you
Evil
guys can see
Empire.
my face on the
Yes.
So much confetti is happening.
Confetti.
Ignore this.
spitting out the confetti over here.
Ugh. So this is
There it
really,
is, boys.
this was
Yeah.
really the battle of the two worst.
Two worst logos. That's right. 11 versus 12.
2 random dudes versus a pyramid mountain. You can't.
Brett always
It's
makes
never-
us. Brett always makes us wait like 6 months before we can have a belt transfer, but thankfully, it's right here.
Well, we can't see it because of all the confetti in the way. So,
That's true. There's a lot of confetti.
so Clark, go ahead. The floor is yours, man. You're the champ.
Yep. Take it away.
Well, I knew I would be led by Jalen this year. I just didn't know it would be Jalen Petrie. Did not see that one coming. But yeah, it's a good year. Guess who? The one team. Who's the one team I lost to all season?
It was always the Lumberjacks.
Phil's Lumberjacks. Cost me my perfect season. He was my Billy Bob.
That's awful.
But are we going to talk about the drama surrounding?
Sure. Oh yeah, obviously we're a week behind normal schedule. The DeMar Hamlin put. We could talk about more like relaxed now. I mean, the dude's looking pretty all right, so we don't have to be all somber and everything.
You said earlier he might be playing next weekend.
I mean, he's gonna be suited up in the divisional round.
Hey, that might be Wolverine 2.0.
Imagine the Super Bowl. He's dressed. He comes out with the dude. See the scenes right now.
How bad were you sweating Buffalo getting their last game canceled?
Dude, I really was. I was checking Twitter every day. And not only that, I was afraid the Bengals would rest people. I was like, man, are we going to...
See,
this was the only fair way to do it, was to have the points just carry over.
Yeah, that's
I was so worried that they were end up canceling the games or the starters wouldn't even play.
Now, I saw a lot... It baffled my mind. Like a lot of leagues that I know about, none that I was in, but a lot of leagues that I would talk to, people were just accepting it as being done. And I was like, what? No, like never would that be the solution. If it was week 18 or say it was the final week, like say the Bills and Bengals do not play their final game, then yeah, I mean, I guess we'd have to, whatever. I mean, we're out of options, but we had options still. Like we had another game being played. Right. Like what in the world?
I mean, I understand ESPN's philosophy and like these the fantasy apps or whatever. They can't they can't really push the points forward, or they can't go by projections or whatever. So they're forcing it on the league manager's hands. Well, a lot of these leagues are just public leagues that they're not really league managers.
That's true.
This is a league we've been doing 10 plus years. I mean, we had to come to some kind of agreement. I mean, we couldn't have just been like at each other's heads. I think we were all pretty much agreed that we had to extend it. Just count the guys that didn't get to play.
And it was a horrible spot, like because Jerem's in it.
Yeah.
So that was like he was the most affected by it.
But yeah,
I know
was
it was
stressing over it.
But it looks like, oh, dude, like I'm the guy that's in it. Like, but that is. I always thought that just seemed very obvious to me from the beginning. Of what should be done. I said it in the chat. Probably the most memorable sports night since Kobe.
Yeah.
When it felt like no one was talking about anything else. Now, Superfan Keith did bring up the night the NBA canceled COVID, which was a pretty wild night.
Yeah, that was
a good night. I remember where I was. I was playing basketball that night. We were all freaking out.
The night Rudy Gobert was touching on the mics.
He touched the mics. Yeah. I was playing poker and the girl retweeted. I couldn't think of a worse place to be right now than at a poker table. I was like, oh, crap.
Are
we just going to keep the scores up with the confetti? Is it just going to
it's just, why not?
Is this what we're going to do?
Why not?
He earned it.
Here, we'll throw it on here. Get the ticker rolling here.
Oh, the ticker.
Oh.
Look at those little stats.
I see Tim commenting on the side here. Nice.
Yeah, you know what's great? We've had three. Bashing DeMar Hamlin.
He just got home from the hospital and he's getting bashed by Tim. Tim holds no punches.
How about this? In very fitting fashion, the douche has never left Dunbar.
Technically.
Like as far as, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a Dunbar faction. I mean, four of us.
It retired to Florida for a little bit.
But no, I'm saying like the Dunbar faction within the KDFL.
I know. I was actually thinking about that the other day. We should just rename it the Dunbar douche.
I'm all on board for that.
I don't know if I like that. All right. Anything else on the fantasy? No. Shout out to the Midnight Riders for showing up 1 week too late.
How many did he? What was my score with him the week before?
285. Oh, the week before?
Don't have to find
That is available to us.
He said he
I
averaged
got
like
it right here.
265 points in the playoffs, which
He put
has
up a
to be
lot of
more than
points,
me.
251.
Oh, and then something I
251.
was going to bring up. Mike actually asked this before the playoffs, and we've always just kept the bracket as is. Do we think we should reseed in the playoffs? Like the NFL
absolutely,
does?
Absolutely.
Because we've
My
never done it
favorite
before.
part. It's already my favorite part of this conversation is Detroit had no clue if we did or didn't.
No, I knew that. I've been saying that.
His vast playoff experience has kept him from even knowing.
Oh, look at that comment there on the side.
Oh, here we go. I'm passionate him. I'm talking
The cat
crap.
just ran away.
I'm talking crap.
I'm sorry.
We love you
this
too.
is something.
Yeah.
This is something that I don't have a strong opinion over. Reseed or not, I don't care. This is not going to be a fight.
I hate how the NBA does it. They're the only one that doesn't reseed after the first round, and I think it's stupid.
I think the NFL's the only one that does, right?
No, NHL does it too.
Oh, NHL does? MLB don't. They just keep it as is.
Oh, I thought the MLB did.
Mm-mm. They don't reseed.
I bet you one team down south wishes they reseeded. Bet you they wish they dodged that bullet.
But yeah, I think I'd be fine with it reseeding. Mike's gonna be so mad. Mike would have won a championship if it reseeded.
Mike's probably like a 6-time champion.
Because I think
if we reseed.
Hey, the funny thing is, Mike, the Midnight Riders, I think went 8 straight seasons where they never finished in the Final Four, and now they've had 3 straight. So there's always that, Mike.
I can't even joke about it because I have, like I said, the Gabriel Brothers version, the great value version of runner-up twice and the douche back to back.
Oh, and once again, my streak continues 11 years in a row where if I win my first playoff game, I win the championship.
The Midnight Riders, if we reseed.
7-1 and done. Yeah, exactly. 7-1 and done's 4 championship.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, it was a good season, and it ended. I mean, the Sinners make a surprise run. I had them left for absolute dead. No surprise by me, right?
Oh yeah, I think we all did. Like 2 weeks before the playoffs, I think they had the lowest odds of the people trying to get in the playoffs. And he made it in. Oh, and it's another thing. We've also never had, which we've only had 2 seasons where we can have a team 500, but nobody ever has been in the Final Four that has been 500 or less. And this year, Mike and LJ were both 7-7 and made it.
Nice.
Was I 7-6?
I believe you were 7-6. You were 7-6 when you lost in the championship. When you won the championship, I think you were 9-4.
I may be. I'm going to say 8-5. But no, whatever. It still applies. But I think it was 8-5 because remember, I am the lowest overall winning percentage to have a championship.
It's true.
Right now.
It's true.
And it stays alive as long as Mike keeps me in the game.
we have to keep talking about championships.
Hey, you've got Lisa's heart right there. It's all you need, buddy. That's the championship belt that you need.
That is true.
Hey, my wife's not in here commenting.
Detroit. All right, let's shift to a little bit of actual NFL for a second. Detroit, I have something that we need to think about right now.
What's that?
That me and you need to think about. All right, let's think about the teams that are overall represented in the KDFL. Favorite NFL teams. Obviously, Falcons, obviously Lions. Niners, Cowboys, we'll say Patriots, we'll say Raiders.
Eagles.
Heck, we'll throw in Packers.
Eagles.
We'll throw in Packers, we'll throw in Eagles. I think that's all of them, right? Have I missed anybody? I don't think I have.
It's in the KDFL, yes.
Yeah. It's in the KDFL. Man, we'll throw in Superfan Keith's Vikings.
Okay.
Throw them in
Superfan Keith's always had it in.
How about this? There are only 2 teams right now that would call their season a success, and I would believe that is the Falcons and the Lions. That would say, versus expectations, they had a good season.
This is
versus
the strangest spin
expectations.
I've ever seen, but I love it.
It's versus expectations. Our win total in Vegas was 4.5. We won 7 games.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess, yeah.
The Lions outperformed. The Lions were 1-6. Were you not?
No, I agree with you on the Lions. I didn't realize the Falcons had 7 wins. I just feel like they were just
2 people in this league predicted the Falcons to win 2 games.
Okay.
Won't say who.
Yeah, but they were in such a terrible division now.
we went 2-4 in that terrible division. So it didn't exactly help. And one of them was our first win over Thomas Brady.
But
11-1, sucker.
Well, he was winning the game when he left, by the way. Anyways.
Ask Matt Ryan about that.
But do you feel like the future is bright in Atlanta, though?
Yes.
Really?
Because of two things. Yeah.
So bright.
Yeah, because, guys, I mean, the 3 rookies of the week were Ritter, Algier, and London last week. I mean, that's the draft.
Okay,
And the division's terrible.
And the division's bad. Brady's for all.
And Brady's probably gone.
Brady will be gone, I would think, or it'll be 46, one way or the other. We're going to be top 3 in cap space. That's my caveats of why I feel good, and I trust what this regime is doing. 2 decent drafts. I don't know about Ritter. I don't think we'll draft quarterback because he showed enough. No interceptions at all in 4 starts. It's not bad for a rookie. I feel very excited for the Lions' future. Yeah.
2 firsts,
Are you trying to poo-poo on my little whole spiel I did?
No, I'm just saying. You got to talk about your Falcons. I'm talking about my Lions. Now shut up.
Yeah. I tried to talk about them both.
But, the Lions have 2 firsts, 2 seconds. I think they're 6th in cap space. I don't know how many players are going to come to Detroit, but you never know. I love their GM. He's had 2 fantastic drafts in a row. The coach, I was a little skeptical at first, but the players love him and they play for him.
He'll never lose the locker room.
Yeah. So, and I think that division is up for grabs too. Minnesota, let's be honest.
Campbell impersonation.
Minnesota was kind of a fluke this year with all their 1-score games. I think that division is out there for them to win next year.
Yeah. But let's stay with the non-playoff teams because I have something else. Obviously, we know the draft order now. Lovie Smith sends the Texans home with a W, dropping them to number 2. But that was a 4th and 10 conversion and a 4th and 20 to convert to drop to number 2. You had to work hard for that. I have a little bit of a lukewarm take right now, which is I do not believe we should be so sure that they're not going to go quarterback at 1.
Who, the Bears?
Yeah.
Unless you're talking about they're going to trade them to somebody.
I don't think they will, but I do think they should think about it.
That's basically Hurts, where I'm at.
I think they'll bluff that they're looking at a quarterback.
Yeah, they're just doing that to get a trade. I think the Colts will end up trading up to 1 and get the first pick and take.
I could see that. That'd be so bad. You freaking win the last game, drop to number 2, and your division guy jumps up ahead of you. Lovie Smith is a legend.
Yeah, they might hire Lovie Smith in Indy.
But because the thing is, Fields looked great, but what they're doing right now with him
great running
is not. It's not sustainable. They're gonna get him. They're gonna get him killed. Either has to develop throwing or get weapons, or like that is not going to work forever. It's lovely for fantasy, but it's not going to work forever. He's getting banged up. Like no.
If I were them and I could get like a 2nd and a 4th or something out of Fields, I would trade him and take Bryce Young. I wouldn't even think about it.
All right.
Bryce Young's way better than Fields.
I don't know. I'm not convinced on Fields at all. So I can see what you're saying.
And I like Fields. The way they use him, like Brett said, he's going to die.
Yeah,
he's not going to.
Look at Lamar. He's banged.
And he's not built like Lamar. Lamar's built totally different than.
Well, Lamar also doesn't take hits like that most of the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Fields just gets destroyed. That's all I have.
When Fields was going to the NFL, I didn't think he would be a running quarterback. I thought he'd be able to a passer that could run. I didn't think he'd be running for 1,000 yards.
I'm trying to think of the comp, but yeah, less of a runner than Cam was. Obviously, I would have thought. Okay, let's shift to the playoff teams. Jerem, how are we feeling right now?
Way too confident. So confident that I'm a nervous wreck. They've won 10 straight games. They've got the best defense in the league. They got the best running back in the league. They got the best, and now George Kittle is suddenly a god again with Brock Purdy.
Coach.
Brock Purdy has revitalized Kittle's career.
And they could end up playing Seattle first and Minnesota second. I mean, that
is true.
That's all you can ask for.
That is true. That is true.
And both at home.
Yeah.
So
Just picture it. Like picture Kirk Cousins like Sunday night in San Francisco. Like stop. Like what does that look like?
Well, in 2019,
Yeah.
I think the 2019 playoffs, the Vikings came to San Francisco and just got murdered.
Yep. I remember
think
watching
he had like
it. It wasn't
100
even
yards
close.
going into the last drive of the game.
Yeah.
So if Minnesota, they got to play Dallas or Tampa, right? Yeah.
If they get past the Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel way too good about Brock Purdy and company.
I feel very upset because I don't know if Brock doesn't have a blow-up game. I'm nervous for my boy, my North Dakota State quarterback.
Look, if Brock Purdy continues doing what he's doing, and they make a run, at least to the NFC Championship game, and it's not his fault that they end up blowing it.
Why? Why would you
it's
go
his
away?
Job.
Yeah. Why would you go away?
It's 1,000% his job. They might say there's going to be a battle in preseason, but no. He's going to be
what's worse? What's worse than him being bad is never getting to know. Like that's far worse than him coming in and being terrible. It's never getting to know if he was good or not. God. All right. What else do we have from NFL? Oh, I'm not forgetting this time because we're gonna do playoff scenarios, but I think we need to grind some gears first.
Oh,
all right.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you guys ready?
All right. Hey, we're giving you the stage, my man.
Oh, look at that. All right. Here we go. Let me start.
Oh, do I need to take mine off?
I don't know what this is.
I don't know what's happening.
That's right. That is taps. Why am I playing taps?
You didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it at all?
No.
Oh my gosh. You don't hear that?
Put it up against the mic. What's it playing on?
It is next to the mic. Well, anyways.
Oh, there's something.
Perfect Detroit segment there. Goes off the rails. Anyways, I was playing taps, and the reason why, the KDFL is dead. It's over. It's ruined. It's become irrelevant. It's not fun. And why is that? That's because the evil empire has massacred every single one of us. The man outscored us, the second place team, by 525 points. That means he scored 38 more points on average than anybody else every week. Oh, who's to blame, you ask? It's not him. It's not his fault. It's each and every one of us in the KDFL. That's whose fault this is. Let's start with 2017, where I can give Jeremy some credit. This might go down as one of the best drafts we've seen in the KDFL. At number 11, he got Patrick Mahomes. Number 5, he had Joe Mixon. 2 absolute steals at the end of the round. Cooper Kupp at 35. The 11th wide receiver taken in that draft. Here's some other wide receivers that were taken ahead of him. Corey Davis by yours truly at number 3. Eric with the homer pick. Kenny Galladay at number 26. Nick taking some guy named Chad Williams at 28. Number 34, the pick before Cooper Kupp. Phil takes, I don't even know, Darius Stewart from the Jets. We all could have had him, but no, we're too stupid. And we didn't draft Cooper Kupp. Also in that draft, he got Kittle at pick 59. Insane, people, insane. He got Myles Garrett, number 50, who was the 4th highest defensive lineman in points this year. He also got Evan Ingram, tight end. Why do I bring up Evan Ingram? Let's go to next year, 2018, when Jeremy trades for the number 1 pick so he can take Saquon Barkley. Who does he give up? Jameis Winston, Robbie Anderson, Evan Ingram.
Where's Evan Ingram?
And a 2nd-round pick.
What team is Evan Ingram on right now, Detroit?
Wait, dude, you're getting ahead of yourself.
Okay.
I have that on my list. Okay, since you ruined it, he picked him up this year. They got Evan Ingram, who, by the way, was the 5th highest scoring tight end in the league. 2021. Jeremy trades Zeke to LJ for pick number 6 and a 3rd-round pick. We all knew Zeke was on his way down, but no. LJ, the homer, has to get his boy from Dallas. Well, you say, okay, it's just the 6th pick, who turned out to be Jamar Chase. How did Jamar Chase fall to number 6? Because idiots watch ESPN and see the guy can't see stripes on the ball or something. They read into this stupid hype. Brett, number 3, takes Lance. Absolutely stupid.
Lance.
Eric, number 4, takes Pitts. Reed drafts for need instead of teaming up Burrow with Jamar Chase and takes Javonte Williams, running back. Once again, not his fault. It's our fault. 2022. Let's go. He gets Jalen Hurts from Boston. He gives up a 1st-round pick. It turns out to be George Pickens and a conditional 2nd. Someone trades him Travis Kelce. Why would somebody trade him Travis Kelce? Oh, they got Van Jefferson, a 2nd in 23, 22nd, who turned out to be Hutchinson, and Dallas Goedert. Oh, idiots. Also, 2022, he gets Derrick Henry. Why does he get Derrick Henry? We don't know.
I still don't know. I don't know.
I still don't know.
Bill,
Nobody knows.
I got to have James Robinson and that young AJ Green. Oh, people. Why? Okay, you're like, all right, fine. He's made some good trades, drafted really well. Why do I still say this is over? Well, let's take a look at the age of these guys on this team. Patrick Mahomes, 27. Justin Fields, 23. Jalen Hurts, 24. Berkeley, 25. Joe Mixon, 26. Chase, 22. Cup and Kittle are 29. They still have some good years in them. Henry, 29. Ingram, 28. The only guy he really has producing a lot that's over 30 is Travis Kelce. So, people, how do we fix this? I'll tell you why. One reason or one way to do it. Don't ever trade with this man, ever. I don't care how good the trade looks. Don't trade with this man. All right? That'll help. You know, a couple years, the guys will get a little bit older, and then we can all start contending for championships. And the second, and this is the most important way to get back into this, draft better, people. Draft better. Stop drafting for needs and players that are on your favorite teams. That's the only way we get out of this. So please, I beg you, and I'm talking to myself too here, get better. And that's pretty much all I got. If you guys would like to respond to that, go ahead. I'm a little upset that Taps didn't get to play first, but
I'm upset with that.
oh well.
I have one
Well,
rebuttal.
Brett? Okay.
That was beautiful.
That was incredible. I didn't make a trade this year.
Also, I
Yeah.
tried the don't trade with him policy, and what I did not trade for him became Cooper Kupp and Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
So therefore,
You could have
that
killed. You could have
always
killed
doesn't
the
work
Empire
either.
right then and there.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know because yeah, I guess they are. I guess they are 38 points, but they're not 38 points on average. They might be close actually though.
Yeah.
There might be almost exactly 38 points on average. It's pretty close.
What, Cup and Chase?
19 apiece.
Oh, they're probably
Yeah,
over
19
20.
apiece.
Over 20 each.
Yeah, I mean, it's right in that range. Okay.
Oh, man.
But
I was looking at 2017 draft. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is where it all started.
The 17 draft was incredible. And the thing is, I actually screwed up in that one. I was going to take Kamara, and I talked myself into John freaking Ross. If I would have taken Kamara instead of John Ross. And the reason I didn't take Kamara is because I got him in LJ's league.
Yeah, so
and that's why the trade didn't go down with the Cup and Chase, because I had Fields in the other league.
Yeah, we gotta stop thinking about other leagues whenever we.
I got to. If you liked him one, why don't you like him in another? That's dumb.
Yeah, so stupid. Our stream is like lagging way behind. So
way behind. We are.
It's a few minutes behind, but it's still streaming. I don't know why my computer.
I hope that segment went through. Well.
It's going through. I'm making sure it's going through, but it's kind of laggy. So like when we watch it back, it should be fine.
That's what I'm thinking. Like as long as they're seeing a smooth stream, then it's fine. All right, That was beautiful, Detroit. That was your best gears grinding of the season.
It was incredible.
Thank you.
I still don't know why I got Derrick Henry.
Yeah, we don't.
It was a
hate trade. Hate trade is an anger.
He was so mad that nobody. He was so mad that nobody was trading for him that he basically just gave him away.
Which I get that because I was getting pissed about Andrews. People not valuing your player that you're going to value, but just to relate, like Andrews for me, I was so mad that people didn't value him as much as I did, but I refused to hate trade him. But it happens.
Yeah,
it happens.
So that rant was pretty much, just telling you how good you are, Jeremy. The rest of us suck.
This guy.
Hey. Sometimes
I have strategically placed myself to be bad during these years while he is good. So therefore, I'm playing chess.
It really is pointless. I mean, something can happen.
Oh, that was my second rebuttal.
But odds can't. I mean, you're going to be the favorite for a while.
But that's my second rebuttal. This season was the first time ever that the person that scored the most points in the season won the league. Right. First time ever.
And it's got to be the first time that the favorite.
And if I would have played Mike in the championship, I would have lost.
And the consolation bracket favorite, because Eric was that favorite, they both won. So that's pretty out there, too.
Yeah, Eric's the best record ever douche holder.
Yeah.
Eric and LJ had the same record.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And Brett, and Mike.
Yeah.
I just get stared at these Tom Brady gifts all day.
Would you rather finish second or win the douche?
Finish second, so I could finally get a playoff win.
I wanted the douche. That sounds great. Just clip that right there. That phrase. I wanted it just because I wanted to be the only one to win both. It was like my spin again of how my claim to fame. Now Eric could say he's the only one to win two.
The Grand Slam.
Yeah. $1 million bill. Nobody, I can't believe nobody knew that reference. The Winston Million. Bill Elliott. Come on. All right. Let's go to the NFL. We got some NFL games coming up. Obviously, we have no predictions to make in fantasy. We were going to do a draft we're going to do like a teams need preview, but we'll probably save that if we do one for the pre-show. And I did talk about this. If we weren't committed to all getting together to do the lottery, this would be the episode that had the lottery broadcast live on it because that would be electric. But I do like getting everybody together as opposed to that. So, that will be a live stream as well whenever that does happen.
Okay. 5 episodes where we drop the next team each one pick at a time.
Oh my god!
Don't give him ideas.
People would definitely trust that process.
Be beautiful.
All right. What do we have for the NFL playoffs? Are you ready to shift to whatever you're going to shift to for this?
Let me change.
You're kind of driving now, buddy.
Been driving the whole time. Come on. All right, so I just found this it's myplayoffpicks.com. Basically, you just pick the winner and then it does the bracket for you. So I was thinking maybe we could talk about each game and then take turns on who picks? So, like, we could go through Detroit's picks first or my Brett's picks first.
Okay. That works.
So, Bills-Dolphins. Do we think the Dolphins even have a chance?
No.
Would they have had a chance with Tua?
Outside shot.
Outside shot because they play them twice a year.
Yeah.
But
What's the
I
spread?
go 5% with Skylar Thompson, 30% with Tua.
I go 33%.
There you go.
I was looking forward
33
to
and 1 penny.
Game 3 would have been good if Tua was playing. But yeah, the spread's 13.5. I don't even know how the Dolphins can score 14 points with.
Thank you, Timmy. I see that message over there.
Beautiful round.
Nice. All right, so we'll just do.
You can pencil us all for the Bills.
Yeah, so picking the Bills there. All right, Bengals Ravens. This is the Sunday night game again. Looks like we're gonna have another injured quarterback in this game because it looks like Lamar Jackson's not playing, and it looks like Huntley's probably not playing, right?
Yeah, this is Anthony Brown again, right?
Yeah, and the spread is now up to 8.5. I'd be hammering the Bengals.
Yeah,
I'm all over.
Playoff tested. But again, though, it's what we're going to talk about in a bit. Division game. Even though this isn't really the Ravens. Yeah, and Harbaugh. But yeah, Bengals to win.
Boom. Here's
All right,
the game.
now,
This is the most
let's
even
talk about the game.
matchup of the weekend, I think. Brett, take it away. You're the only true fan here.
It's his favorite team.
This is actually a little bit of a conundrum because the Chargers were my preseason pick to represent or to win the whole thing, actually. And it looked awful for a very long time. But they are the Chargers. I thought they would shake that stuff. I thought Staley would be better. Yes, the Jaguars are just 9-8, but that is a very back-heavy winning team. It seemingly has figured a lot of it out. I trust Peterson over Staley. I love the atmosphere in Duval, so give me the Jags.
Are you going to the game?
It's a very low percent chance I'm going to this one.
So this one.
You're saying you're going to go next weekend?
No, because I went to last weekend's, but I phrased it that way.
Okay. Like you were making future plans. Like, man, he got tickets to the Super Bowl?
I mean, they're the 4 seed. How many more home games are they going to get?
I don't know.
I actually, man, I don't know about this game, but I tell you this: the more that Matt calls Justin Herbert trash and he's terrible, the more I like this guy. So, and I already did like Justin. I think he's really good. I'm going with the Chargers. I think for some reason they're actually going to get this game. I know their coach is an idiot, but if he does lose this game, I'm telling you, I'm not surprised if he gets fired, and this is where Peyton ends up. I'm pretty sure Peyton lives in LA too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
but I'm going
Chargers. Would be a
Chargers.
perfect fit.
Didn't we just have a rumored Peyton to Arizona?
I don't know.
No, he likes college. We're gonna have him rumored. We're gonna have him
he's
rumored
rumored
everywhere.
to
I
the
guess.
Texans, like everywhere.
Yeah, he's gonna be rumored. Okay, he's gonna be rumored everywhere for a while.
I just keep going back. Like, I want to take the Jags here because I don't trust the Chargers at all. But Trevor Lawrence was terrible last weekend. They got bailed out on that fumble, or they would be sitting at home right now.
Didn't they have -1 yard the entire fourth quarter?
Yeah, I think like halfway through the third too, something like that.
Real quick, all-time moment when I thought I had the video of the year. I was so pumped. I ran up.
Boys, I got it.
Said, dude, I got the fumble on camera. It's amazing. We start watching it, walking through the car, and could not stop laughing. I just scream, it's a fumble.
I need to see the video. I want to see the video.
Oh,
Detroit got it sent to him because I tried to send it to him so it'll lower the file size. It's in the Discord. But I will send it to you on Instagram. Or so. Oh my God, it's hilarious! I started screaming, "Not the fumble!" And then it's just complete, just crowd and legs.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna still go with the Jags. I don't trust the Chargers. But Detroit, you said Chargers, so we're gonna go with yours. This is your picks right now.
all right.
So now you got Chiefs versus Chargers.
Doesn't it feel gross to say Chargers though? It feels gross.
Yeah, I mean,
I pick the Chargers.
I don't really trust either one of them. This, the
Right.
Chiefs. I'm going to Chiefs. I think we all. I mean, this is my picks, but I don't think the Chargers.
I'm going to agree. Yeah.
Yeah. This is a good one. This is the game we were promised.
And isn't the Bengals kind of getting screwed here? Like, they're not even doing a coin flip or anything for this, are they? Because technically they have.
Yeah, this one doesn't make sense because do they have the same? Yeah, they have the same exact record, right?
No, I think the Bengals were one game under the Bills.
No,
but since their game got canceled, that's why they're going to be the third seed.
Yeah.
But what's unfair, because if Buffalo meets Kansas City, they're doing a neutral site. So I think that's kind of unfair for the Bengals.
Yeah, but technically these two did play the same amount of games, so that's why they did it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, boys. This one, I think the Bengals are legit.
Well, they were in the Super Bowl last year.
They beat the Chiefs. I think they beat the Chiefs the last 3 times they played them.
Yeah, Burrow's undefeated against Mahomes.
Yeah. I mean, technically they only played half a quarter, and they were beating the Bills. I'm actually going to go Bengals here.
So that gives you an AFC championship of the Chiefs and the Bengals.
And I think the Chiefs finally get past the Bengals and Burrow. I'm going the Chiefs.
All right, NFC. We got Niners Seahawks. It's the first game of the weekend, unfortunately, with the same exact time my daughter plays. 4 o'clock.
Divisional matchups. Right? Teams that are playing the same division, they know each other pretty well. But I don't trust Geno Smith. I know he's had a great year. I think that defensive line is going to get after him. So I'm going to the Niners here.
Yep, Niners.
But
that dude that you posted that did the $100,000 bet to win at 8, I don't like that. No, not with the division game, like
stupid.
I said.
I think going into the last minute of the last game they played this year, the Seahawks had only had 1 touchdown in 8 quarters against the Niners this year.
Yeah.
And the Niners had like 64 or 60, something like that, pressures, and the Seahawks had 11. The Niners have dominated them twice, but yeah, the third game is always... Niners beat the Rams twice last year, and guess what happened in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think that was a little different, though. I don't trust this. This game, man, could go anywhere. I just don't. I think Minnesota might be one of the worst 3 seeds I've ever seen. Sorry, Keith.
They were almost a 2 seed.
Yeah. I think this is the game that everybody's jumping on the Giants to win. So because of that, I'm going to go Vikings here. I think playing at home, the crowd will be loud. I don't trust Danny Dimes. Here's another game. I have no idea which Cowboys team is showing up. Tampa, can they score more than 21 points? I do think Tampa's played a little bit better the last 3 weeks. You can throw out last week's game. That game didn't mean anything. They sat a bunch of players. I'm going Cowboys. And no, it's not some kind of reverse.
Oh, you stupid. You reverse jinx crap. I swear to God, every time this guy. Every time he does this.
This son of a...
I'm going to flip this desk over. I'm going to flip this desk over. I swear to God.
They're 8-9, Brett. They shouldn't even be in the playoffs. All right. I hope you pick them, though.
Tom Brady.
Did you see the Tom Brady meme of Nick Cage when he said it showed that they were 8-9 and it says, "I'm going to steal the Super Bowl." Like Nick Cage, I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence.
That's awesome.
I watched that back the other day. It doesn't. It's way more cheesy than I remember.
It's super cheesy, but it's. I
don't remember it being that cheesy though. Oh, it's fine, but I just watched it back. I was like,
I've told you guys, I think he's a terrible actor.
I know you did.
It seemed way more plausible when I watched it the first time around.
A little more naive, and
I'm embarrassed to say. Yeah.
Anyways, I'm going with the Eagles here. I think the Cowboys run ends. I'm going Niners. I think Kirk Cousins might die in that game. This should be interesting. Do we have Hurts at 100%? What's the weather going to be like in Philly towards the end of January? I'm going, and the Eagles were my number 1 seed. But for some reason, I think the Niners are a team of destiny this year. So I'm going the Niners.
Oh, God, this one again.
And the rematch. I think the Chiefs are beatable. I really do this year. I think the Niners get revenge. And the Niners win the Super Bowl.
Oh, my God. What kind of reverse shit is he pulling on me?
You're so screwed.
The funny thing is, the Niners have won 10 games in a row, and the last loss was the Chiefs when the Chiefs throttled them.
I know. I thought for the longest time, I thought it was the Falcons' loss that meant.
Did they play them this year?
Yeah, the Chiefs.
Yeah, they played him after the Falcons game. Yeah.
But the Niners were very, very banged up, and that was they had McCaffrey for like a day. They just traded for McCaffrey, like the day before.
I know the Chiefs have been winning, but there's been some games here lately where they're just barely getting by. So that's my.
There's Detroit. All right.
This is gonna be sick.
All right, Brett. Here we go.
Am I doing it now?
Yep.
All right, Bills, of course.
Bills.
We'll get there. Bengals, right? We'll get where we were. Jags.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Now we're back. We're not. Okay. Chiefs. I have to go Chiefs here. They beat them handily in the regular season. Right here, I am going Bills. I think this is where the Bengals finally stumble. Here, Buffalo with everything going for it. Neutral site, though. I'm going Chiefs to go back to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Niners.
Okay.
Vikings, because I agree with Detroit on this. There's too much negativity around the Vikings. Now, this game, if I was a Cowboys fan, I would be hesitantly optimistic that we look like crap on the last game of the regular season. I think it's what you need. I think it's a wake-up call. Unless Dak still has so many turnovers, that's the only way the Bucs win. It's definitely not going to be because somebody throws for 380 and 4. If the Bucs win, it's going to be 17-16, 220 and 2. Brady puts up so efficient, so wonderful, sets the completion record again for the second straight year because he doesn't throw it deep.
Receivers catch 2 passes.
Yes. Give me the. If you're an elite team,
Rashad White catches 14 balls. If you're an elite
coach, Mike McCarthy, this is where you show it. Cowboys have to win, or just forget ever talking about them again. Cowboys. So tired. Okay, and this, I have to go Eagles here. Cowboys are an elite team, but the Eagles going through Philly is tough. Look at this matchup. Now, we already talked about this. Imagine Kirk Cousins in primetime on the road in San Francisco. Not going to happen. Give me the Niners. All right, and I'm sorry. I need to see Jalen Hurts against an elite defense. I don't trust it. Meanwhile, I have Brock Purdy on the other side. But I don't trust Jalen Hurts against an elite defense. I have the Niners going back. I'm a defensive guy. Sorry. This is where we depart, though, Detroit.
Same
this
matchup.
It's gonna be awful. It's gonna. I didn't call you. I called you an idiot for the reverse jinx thing you do, which I know you know is truthful in your own twisted brain. But I know what you're doing.
Because I have power to change you.
No, what you're doing. I can't. What is the word? When you're doing, you don't think you're doing it, but
just pick a winner.
Chiefs. I think it's one of those seasons where everything's up in the air. We don't know what's happening, and it just ends up being the best team wins.
So me and you have both
I hope not for you, Jam.
Super Bowl.
It's not the best team.
I had mine already. I already had mine picked out before Detroit was picking. I was like, crap, we're going to end up in the same boat.
Well,
but
if I thought Jalen Hurts was 100%, I was going to take the Eagles, but I don't know what's going on there.
I think it's just gonna be one of those seasons where we just don't know what's happening, and Mahomes just wins. Because why not?
All right. Mine. I'm going Bills are going to win by 30. Bengals are going to win by 30. probably like 14. I am going Jags. This is not even going to be close. What's the spread on this game? I would say spread is Chiefs 9.5. You think 13?
Yeah, 9.5, 10.5, something. I think it's because they beat him by 10, right, in the regular season. Yeah.
This one. Josh Allen makes too many I think the Bills are one of the bottom 3 teams in turnovers this year, and he has 5 red zone picks. He is my favorite quarterback in the league, but he makes the more bonehead decisions than any good quarterback. So I'm trusting. I'm going with the Bengals on the road here to get the upset. Joey B. And here I am going with the Bengals again. Bengals back to the Super Bowl.
You're nuts. You're nuts.
He owns them. There's something to it. Something to it. And look, the Chiefs roster isn't really that great. It's just Mahomes and an elite offensive scheme and coach. And Kelsey.
As opposed to freaking Ryan, what's his name?
Like, would you rather have Mixon, Chase, Higgins, or Kelsey and Juju? And
such disrespect.
Isaiah Pacheco. Like, come on.
Hey, don't bring Mega Powers into this.
Anyways, Bengals back to the Super Bowl. Niners hopefully by 5,000. If the Niners lose this game, I will be miserable.
Oh,
like absolutely miserable.
Don't write them off.
Everybody is going against the Vikings, and me too. I got 2 words: Brian Daboll. Legit coach. Yeah, this is going to be the Bucs. It's not even going to be close. They're going to win this game by 2 touchdowns. I'm telling you.
There we go.
The Cowboys are trash.
Tit for tat.
The Cowboys are trash.
Bang.
So you think he's doing a reverse jinx now?
No.
Yes,
no,
I think he's doing a reverse
this for
jinx.
Weeks. So this for
you
weeks.
Guys are,
they have a
you
home
guys are
playoff game. They're going to win it.
Subconsciously, that's what I was looking for.
But,
they're freaking 8-9. Of course,
just,
they're going to.
Just wait to see what this sets up.
Oh, I know. Nick Wright did this forever ago. He tried to tell us.
Eagles Giants. This will be a bit of a slugfest, but the Eagles just have too much firepower. So Eagles, and then right here we've got Tom Brady returning to San Francisco.
Ugly.
Oh, this wasn't what Nick Wright was doing. Never mind. Okay, sorry.
We saw this earlier in the season. It was ugly.
It was like 4 weeks ago. And the Niners just tore apart Tom Brady and company. And it's going to happen again. And this will be his last game in Tampa. And hopefully his last game ever. Niners win. I don't love Brock Purdy going to Philly on a for sure night game. Just doesn't sound great. But he has given me 0 reason to think about doubting him. The Niners do kind of struggle with scrambling quarterbacks. And it's not really like running, it's just scrambling and making throws. Because like they just rush the passer. They can't contain for crap. But yeah, Niners have a better roster. I can't do it. Can't pick the Eagles. And
like in that scenario, okay, sorry, keep going. Sorry.
Super Bowl 16 matchup.
Yeah.
That's what he did. He gave him the one that the Niners are famous for winning that one.
But so the Niners' weakness is their cornerbacks. But they have one really great cornerback, and then they have a bunch of question marks because the other best cornerback got hurt towards ACL. Anyways, Niners' weakness is the secondary, and I would be scared to death of this matchup. And I think the Bengals would win this matchup. Bengals would win the Super Bowl.
I think it's awful because you're doing the league that's famous for a Super Bowl hangover, and now you have them going back and winning. When is the last time that has happened?
They don't look hungover to me. The Rams, meanwhile.
It's a great point, too. Yeah. I was just thinking, like, what I was going to say, interrupting your picks. Like, imagine that Eagles-Niners game. What do you think Shanahan is going to ask of young Brock in that game?
Oh, yeah.
Probably next to nothing.
Play action, roll out. Oh, there's George.
Right. And he's used to the frozen tundra of Ames, Iowa. It's nothing. And the link has nothing on that.
True.
All right? The link. All right.
Nice. Well done.
There it is. All right. Let's end it. Let's end the show. End the season. Can I put you on the spot, Jam? Can you throw up the draft?
Right there.
Hey,
I'm blind. I'm blind.
Yeah, it is.
All those Detroit picks.
So bright.
All right. So we start with fantasy. We will end with America's League, the KDFL, and the rookie draft that is coming. We have a lot of trades again around the top. So Tim by owning, or
only
let's see,
two,
the Kings
only
by
two
owning
non-trades.
only 2 untouched picks in the first round, and even those 2 participants have a trade with each other as well. But the Kings own the Lumberjacks' first pick, which means they have the best overall odds at 21%. And because the Lumberjacks were so bad, they are protected with the top 3 at minimum. The Mega Powers own via trade with the Wampus Cats. They own the Zen Masters first pick, so that's 19% chance there. The Wampus Cats own the Kings first pick, 19% there. And by trade of who did we trade for this?
Detroit has. I have my own pick that I traded.
Detroit, from Detroit.
Oh, this is the McCaffrey trade. Come back around.
Yes.
Right?
Also, don't forget, if I'm not top 3, I get the 2025 first round pick from Matt.
So with this pick, the River Rats are hoping for
number 4,
the 4th pick.
Yeah. I'm hoping Phil or Brett jumps up in this draft.
Number 5 is the Mega Powers with their normally slotted pick. We fought hard for the Golden Douche. We come up short, and our prize is a 12% chance at the first pick. And then the Lumberjacks via the Renegades have a 10% chance of getting the first pick. Then we fall into the actual order of the way the playoffs went. The River Rats have the Gamblers pick at 7. The Wampus Cats pick their normal pick at 8. The Lumberjacks via the Midnight Riders, and the Midnight Riders beating the Dobermans in the 3rd place game. They move up to 9. And then, oh man, the podcast people versus each other. That game was actually you versus Phil for the 9th and 10th pick. You know that at the time. We didn't think about it. Shame on us. And then the Wampus Cats via the Sinners pick goes at 11. And then the Kings with their second first round pick from the Evil Empire round out the first round.
That was the second part of the Jalen Hurts trade, that 12th pick. So both picks I traded were 12th for Jalen Hurts.
Can we go back?
There we are, boys.
So I can add that into it too.
Hey, I thought about that trade for 2 months though, and everybody thought I was crazy when I did it too, because we still weren't sure about Hurts yet. It had only been like 5 games.
I was calling him Tebow.
You were calling him I forgot about that whole.
And then
there was a whole Tebow session there.
I wasn't the only one, by the way. I had memes ready to go, but then the damnedest thing happened: an NFL caliber quarterback improved. I would say, who could imagine? So this is it. Now we're back to the Reddit pages. We're back to the tape that we have no clue how to analyze and all this stuff, all the draft geniuses, as we look to see where the 2023 draft lines out.
Tim's got 12, 13,
boys.
And
15. Tim is packed. I have 16 and 17. I don't have a third this year because of the beautiful Chase Edmonds and Alan Lazard trade.
And right here.
It went swimmingly for us both.
Douche pick.
I really thought I was going to win that. That's why I was fine with giving away my third. But alas. All right. Are we ready to wrap it up?
I think we are.
All right. Detroit, any final thoughts on the 2022 KDFL season?
Yeah, it's I'd like to say it's been fun, but it really hasn't. I've enjoyed doing these podcasts. Can't wait to do it again next year. Maybe we'll have a rotating host, which we would like to do. That would be nice.
Hit on that.
We'll maybe come up with some kind of draft preview before the draft and all that. But it's been fun, I guess. Brett, you suck.
Yeah, next year, how I would like this to look. One, I have to learn the behind-the-scenes stuff. Jeremy's going to take me to school on a lot of that to learn that, so we're not.
You've been doing that.
Well, we're not. Damn it, set my stuff up. So we're not depending on one or two guys to be able to go live because we do like the live format better. Ideally, we'd have more involvement from the actual KDFL participants, more outside segments like we did with Roach and Matt debating the Raiders, which I kicked myself for not having Roach back on when Carter got benched. I thought about it after the fact. That was a huge miss on my part. That would have been electric.
We need Superfan
But yeah,
Keith
next
on.
year we're looking for. Yeah, Superfan Keith needs to make his debut. We need a lot more outside influence and a lot more random KDFL members joining as well. So expect more of a rotation in 2023. Jeremy, before I sign us off, any thoughts from our 2022 KDFL champion?
No, I think you guys did a awesome job on the podcast all year, and the league, everybody, all of us. Greatly appreciate that, and I'm sorry that I won again. Nobody wanted me to win again, but here I am.
Going for 3
Hard to
next
be
year.
the best. I mean, it's hard to be the best. Okay,
Going for the 3-peat
All
next
right.
but the belt does feel good. Feels
Lord-
good. Another
Lord
year,
help
another
us.
year sitting behind me back there in the window. It's my curtain.
Lord help us. All right, I'm ready to take my Wednesdays back. So, for Jonathan Detroit Haynes, for the commish, Jeremy Clark, for somewhere out in the ocean again, I'm assuming the captain, Phil Ruxey. I'm Brett